Good evening. I am coming to you once again from the great state of California. I got my girls, the Tauruses, in the background. Now for the video discussion this week, let's start this with I am a member of the Stockton Maritime Museum, which is home to the USS Lucid, MSO 458. Now, the USS Lucid was a part of the aggressive ocean-going minesweeper class and is the sister ship to 3 other ships that were constructed in Stockton, California. Currently, the historical restoration project is underway to bring this vessel back to her beauty and to establish a museum dedicated to honoring the sailors, known by their motto, "Wooden boats, iron men," who cleared the path for much larger vessels to conduct operations in every war, ranging from World War I to the Gulf War. Now, also to put into perspective in regards to the minesweepers, before every major amphibious landing occurred during World War II or subsequent wars, a minesweeper had to go in and clear the waterways for the vessels. Now, my grant proposal will be focused on the historical preservation of this vessel and the development of the Stockton Maritime Museum. I have chosen to submit a grant proposal to the Institute of Museum and Library Services, which support museums of all sizes and disciplines to undertake projects that strengthen their ability to serve their public in order to promote lifelong learning, community engagement, and the collection's stewardship and access. The Stockton Maritime Museum achieves the eligibility criteria for submitting a grant through this institution and is done with the cooperation of the National Park Service's Save America's Treasure program. Now, the next step of the grant proposal process is the development of the overall application, in which I will provide justification that will detail what need or problem the project will address, how the grant will advance our project's strategic goals, and who will ultimately benefit from the project itself. A project work plan will outline the significant milestones that we anticipate to accomplish in the restoration project, and a list of members that are assisting and staff that will run the project once it is complete. Now, this is an area in which risks are identified and methods to mitigate these risks are discussed, along with the identification of any potential partnerships, fundraisers, and methods in which we will track and report the progress. Lastly, we will discuss project results and the intended learning outcomes following the completion of the project. Though I understand that this is an assignment to demonstrate an understanding of the grant proposal process, I have a particular invested interest in the restoration project of the USS Lucid under the Stockton Maritime Museum. I am married into a long line of Iron Men, as my wife's great-grandfather was on the USS Chalmette, which was responsible for laying and clearing the mines in the North Atlantic, and her grandfather, who was a commanding officer of the USS Adroit and served in Vietnam. Now, I am also attaching key links to not only the Stockton Historical Maritime Museum, but also to the grant program as well as the National Park Service. Thank you. Have a good night.